student reporter is working on their writing for almost the entire school year.
Coming up on News Live at 6, the infodemic is upon us, what the News House has been working on for the past year.
That's all I had. This was the exact $2 bill that I had in my pocket. And I walked through the store.
And the CEO of FedEx visited Syracuse today to share his wisdom with students.
I think anybody can do any sport they really want to do because there's really no sport that's specifically for boys.
And a youth wrestling program is shining a light on a group that's gone unrepresented in sports history.
All that and more, News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
The Newhouse School's Infodemic project is set to be released later this week. Welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Bradley Hoppenstein.
And I'm Tyler O'Neill. CitrusTV reporter Brandon Myers is here in studio with more. Brandon.
That's right. Now, the infodemic is the overflow of both true and false information causing mass confusion and uncertainty. And it is the main focus of the News House's big project this year. While a whole website will be released in the next couple of days, we spoke to Assistant Professor Milton Santiago and got a quick preview of what's to come.
Infodemic, take 2. Beware, I am not Tay Diggs. But this is the infodemic.
We wanted to find a clever way to introduce the core sort of mission of the infodemic reporting project. And so we came up with this idea that it would be great if on the website, when you first landed on the report, there were a deepfake of a famous Syracuse alum that sort of introduced all of the material that a user is going to see on the website.
Graduate student Jason Lozada put the deepfake technology together.
There are different ways to use it, maybe more for like entertainment uses versus like using it to sort of manipulate audiences. We've reached a point where your online self is a huge representative of like who you are. The computer world has just bled so much into like our real lives that it just becomes more and more sort of, things become very fragile. So we kind of just have to be on top of like all the innovations.
EDJ student Tiger Munn was the AI's subject.
It's kind of cool to be a part of this, and it's kind of cool to use this technology for good so people can educate themselves better on something like this. Now when you add an AI where you can make people look like other people, that it's gonna make things more complicated. Now you can make people's voices sound like them.
But it's not just artificial intelligence. Student coordinator Sarah Dolgen led some of the other content for the project.
There's going to be almost 30 stories about completely different facets of disinformation. Scams, fraud, the difference between misinformation, disinformation. So like for my team specifically, people were discovering the nuances of disinformation in true crime media, and then phone scams and email phishing scams.
And as the infodemic progresses,
we're just going to see an increase of more fake material that if the public's not informed and given sort of some ways, some tips and tricks to be able to sort of filter out what's real from what's not real, a conversation that's already difficult is only going to get more difficult in time.
Now, teams of reporters have been working on this project since August, but the discussion of misinformation, especially with the use of artificial intelligence, has only just begun. Tyler, Bradley, back to you.
All right, Brandon, thank you. A lot of cool technology on display there. Now, it's National Poetry Month, and SU's Community Folk Arts Center is celebrating in just a few minutes with their Snaps and Taps series. Any local poets, singers, and comedians are invited to attend the Open Mic Night. It's hosted by Symphony and is free for anyone to attend.
The Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs is now the #1 ranked public affairs school according to U.S. News and World Report. The rankings, which are released every few years, are based solely on surveys of deans, directors, and department chairs. In the 12 times the survey has been administered, Maxwell has come out on top every time except one.
FedEx President and CEO Raj Subramanian visited SU today for the first time since he graduated in 1989. Lauren Holdmeyer is live at Newhouse with the details. Hey Lauren, good evening.
Good evening, guys. Earlier today, FedEx CEO and President Raj Subramanian spoke right here in Hergenen Auditorium to students across the whole university. Subramaniam graduated from SU's Graduate School of Civil Engineering back in 1989, and today was his first time at the university since. Several students attended his conversation today to seek inspiration for their own careers.
Really motivated me. So this is an exam period and I was looking for motivation for me to not sulk and things. So this was good. This was great.
Subramaniam reminded students that working in the business industry isn't always a positive experience, but that there are ways to push past the inconveniences.
I think having true belief is very important. That we're going to work through this and get it right. And here, especially when you're in difficult times, the role of a leader, it becomes absolutely critical.
Many students also found reassurance from Subramaniam's story about his journey to begin working in the U.S.
I could really see myself and compare myself with him because as mentioned prior, he was also an international student back in 1990s, 30 years back.
The person was really relatable and his journey will inspire many of us.
Subramaniam revealed his one secret to success.
First of all, you got to work hard. There is no substitute for that. You got to do what it takes to make sure that you provide value to whichever organization that you're going to be part of. So you have to do that.
And Subramaniam says the education he received right here at Syracuse was key to his success. Live from Hergenet Auditorium tonight, Lauren Holdmeyer, Citrus TV News. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Lauren. Now, it looks pretty average temperature inside the new house over there, but I don't know what it is outside, Bradley. It was kind of gray, kind of cloudy.
It was, but the sun came out as the day went on. It's been weird. I feel like we've been seeing some warm days followed by some really cold days, and moving into May, I hope those temperatures keep going up.
Spring here is just, you never know what you're going to get. It's just, it's a gamble. It's truly a box of chocolate. But going over to Katie. Katie, when are we going to see some sun?
Thanks, Tyler. Well, we might see some sun tomorrow, but it's been mostly cloudy. There's been peaks of sun, like Bradley said, but, I felt a sprinkle of rain earlier today, but luckily haven't felt it since. And we've had some 7-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the northwest, making it feel a little chillier than 51 degrees. But taking a look across the region, we're going to see Syracuse is at that warmest point along with Penyon. But down in the south, it's been raining pretty much mostly the whole day. But Fulton and Rome have been seeing a little bit cloudy, gloomier day, while Rochester and Penyon have been feeling the same temperatures we have, and it's been pretty nice there too. But looking in tonight, we're going to drop down to 33 degrees. It's going to feel a little wintry out there, but it's going to be mostly cloudy. Might see a little bit of the moon, but it's going to be kind of foggy, and we might have a chance of a thunderstorm and rain. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. 4 high schools in central New York added girls wrestling programs this fall, and one CNY club wants to keep that number growing. Citrus TV's Nick Luttrell reports.
Keep going! Keep going! One of the fastest growing sports nationwide is taking over central New York.
Wrestling's definitely for everyone and anyone.
Girls wrestling has become increasingly popular, and the Baldwinsville Youth Wrestling Club is trying to make the sport more accessible to young girls. Throughout the month of March, its practices were girls only.
I think it's important to get the growth of the girls. A lot of girls are intimidated to go out and do stuff in front of the boys, not just in wrestling, but a lot of things in general. So to have their own space, it's a safe spot for them to come in and give it a try.
As a volunteer, Anna Cummings dedicates her time to help young girls get opportunities in wrestling that she didn't have growing up.
Good job, girls! I went through high school wrestling the boys, so I understand the challenges that comes with that, and then I went to college and wrestled on an all-girls team, would go to tournaments, and there just wasn't always people that felt that I belonged out there. So it was kind of always me proving myself.
For Cummings, being a girl wrestler hasn't been easy, but she says it's taught her important life lessons, and there's one Pee Wee wrestler who says, while she knows it'll be difficult, she's up for the challenge.
How does it feel being a girl wrestler? A lot of pressure.
Even though being a girl in a boy-dominated sport comes with obstacles, the girls we spoke with say wrestling is for everyone.
Mainly it's targeted as a boy sport,
and like a lot of girls like feel like it's harder to do, and that's why like some girls don't do it.
Well, I think anybody can do any sport they really want to do because there's really no sport that's specifically for boys.
And at the end of the day, the training, hard work, and intensity is all for one reason: fun.
I do like wrestling because it's fun and competitive. It's just really fun.
It's just fun.
Nick Luttrell,
Girl power on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Citrus TV.
Really inspiring. Nick, thank you. The Syracuse School District is looking for some help. It's hiring 50 teaching assistants to help hundreds of special needs students in the aftermath of the pandemic. About 20% of the district students have special needs. Most of the students in the district that they will be helping are going into kindergarten and first grade. The goal by bringing in these teaching assistants is to keep them in an inclusive environment versus having multiple classes isolating the children from their peers.
New details in Onondaga County Community College voluntary early retirement package. 28 out of the 51 eligible faculty members have agreed to take the package and retire from the school. The package, which offers senior faculty $75,000 in incentives, was meant to help the college, which has seen decreased enrollment in recent years. OCC says the money saved from the departing faculty will be used to create programs that draw in new students.
Now, former SU basketball coach Jim Boeheim has settled the lawsuit over his fatal car accident in 2019. Boeheim was driving an SU-owned vehicle on Interstate 690 when he struck and killed Jorge Jimenez, who was standing on the side of the road. Lawyers for the SU basketball legend agreed to settle the suit filed by the Jimenez family for an undisclosed amount. Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick cleared Boeheim of any wrongdoing back in 2019, but the family still sued, saying Boeheim was acting recklessly because he was speeding.
The annual Syracuse Gun Buyback event is coming back on Saturday. The buyback put on by the State Attorney General's office will be from 10 to 3 at the food pantry on Gifford Street. The Attorney General is partnering with the police department and the city to host the event. They will be accepting working and non-working unloaded firearms in exchange for money on site. The event is an amnesty program, so no questions will be asked about the guns or the person turning them in. There's also no limit to how many guns they bring in. They're offering up to $500 per weapon.
And the Syracuse Police Department is continuing to have difficulty staffing its force. Right now, the department has 379 officers, with 11 still in the academy. SPD is asking the city for nearly $57 million in its next budget to help fund recruiting efforts and help use the staff they currently have more efficiently. Police Chief Joe Cecile says that the academy continues to get smaller and smaller, that they've only received 11 officers in the last academy when they expected as many as 38.
Up after the break, I'll have your 5-day forecast out here on the weather deck.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go.
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait,
You're watching Citrus TV News live at 6 with Bradley Hoppenstein, Tyler O'Neill, and Katie Fongvongsa. Now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. Breaking news as of this hour, the House of Representatives passing a bill to raise the debt limit. The bill, which passed 217 to 215, will keep the U.S. from an economic default and will bring cuts to many federally funded programs if signed into law.
The proposal, known as the Limit Save Grow Act, passed after 4 Democrats joined House GOP representatives in voting yes. House Speaker McCarthy said in a statement that we cannot sit back and ignore the problem like the president has.
Looking nationally, for the first time in decades, the U.S. plans to deploy nuclear-armed submarines to South Korea. This is part of a new agreement signaling Washington's commitment to defend Seoul against North Korean threats.
President Biden and South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol will reveal the plans earlier today in the agreement. South Korea reaffirmed its commitment to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Yoon's visit is the first state visit by a South Korean leader in 12 years.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Well, if you take a look behind you, we're going to see some blue skies are finally coming through at the end of the day. Some sun's out and it's feeling a really strong breeze, so it's feeling the cold already. But as we look into tonight's temperatures, we're going to see a steep drop starting in a couple hours here around sunset. 46 degrees at 8, 42 degrees at 10. If you're going out or if you're going to study at Bird, it's going to get a little bit colder once you leave around midnight. It's going to be 40 degrees, then 37 degrees at 2 a.m. And then in the early morning, we're going to hit that really low of 33 degrees. But it'll pick back up to 39 degrees around 8 a.m. for a really nice day. But before we get to that, we're going to look at this future radar. Most of that rain is going to just barely miss us as it's going a little bit more northeast, which will be pretty nice for the rest of the night, but there's still a little chance of that happening. And moving into our 5-day forecast, tomorrow is going to be the best day to get outside. If you want to study on the quad, do some homework there, it's going to be a high of 66 degrees. Expect to see some sun all day, and we're going to have some lows of 40s throughout the whole entire week. And looking into Friday, where it's block party, it's going to be mostly cloudy, a little bit warmer still, 59 degrees, closer to what we saw today. But moving into overnight, it's going to start to rain as Saturday. It's going to be a lot of showers throughout the day, really windy outside. So maybe you want to wear a rain jacket instead of taking an umbrella out, just in case if it gets a little too windy out there, and it'll be a high 56 then. The coldest we'll see in this 5-day range. But moving on into Sunday, it's going to be mostly cloudy again, but a little bit warmer than tomorrow, a high of 64 degrees. And then on Monday, we're going to have to see some showers for finals week and a high of 57 degrees. Back to you guys.
We've got a lot of offensive players that can score and make big plays. Unfortunately, I think our turnovers in the third quarter were killers.
That was head coach Kayla Trainer after the loss to Boston College last week, but the ACC tournament is here for the Orange. SU wrapped up its quarterfinal matchup against Virginia Tech, the first half that is. Second half action going on right now. Find out how the Cuse are doing against the Hokies next in sports.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse women's lacrosse is down in Charlotte for the ACC tournament. The Orange are in search of something different in comparison to last year, an early exit. Right now, SU is clashing with Virginia Tech in the quarterfinal round, and back in March, it was Cuse that bashed Tech 16-5. A little bit different today, though. At the halftime break, Syracuse is in front of Virginia Tech 6-5, and it's Emma Tyrell that's leading the way for the Orange with 2 goals. Now over to the goalie side for Virginia Tech. Talking about Jocelyn Torres. She was doing that at 8 saves in that matchup back in March when SU thumped VT inside the dome. A little bit different. Torres had 8 saves in that loss, 5 in just 1 half of play. So after the second half wraps up and Syracuse pulls it out, say they do, what's next for the Orange? Well, potentially a date with 3rd-seeded North Carolina. I talked about this on the bench last night, but you'd much rather play the Tar Heels in the championship and not in the semis, knowing how good the Heels are. UNC, either way, though, is a stout opponent, and it has to beat Clemson first to get to the semifinals. Cuse either gets the Tar Heels or the Tigers, a team the Orange thumped at Cicero North Syracuse High School earlier in the year. Whatever happens, Syracuse will start tomorrow at 3:30 for the second semifinal game. Syracuse softball is in the midst of an in-state clash with Cornell right now. The Orange have won 4 of their last 5, splitting a midweek doubleheader last week with Binghamton and then sweeping Lafayette this past weekend. Today, Cuse kept the good times rolling in Game 1 down in Ithaca. In that first game, it was the Orange that got past Cornell 5-0 thanks to Madison Knight's complete game shutout. No earned runs, just giving up 3 hits and striking out 9. The freshman has been phenomenal both in the circle and at the dish this season. And checking out Game 2 right now, the Orange have themselves an advantage once again in the bottom of the third, up 2-0 on the Big Red. Tomorrow, the NFL Draft makes its way to Kansas City. Last year, Syracuse football featured 2 players, Andre Sisco and Ifeatu Melifonwu, hear their names called in the 3rd round. This year, there may be double that. Looking at the 4 guys that will find their way onto the podium or get the phone call during this weekend, it's Matthew Bergeron, who's expected to go first. When he was on the field, offense was averaging over 200 yards per game. Sean Tucker broke the single-season rushing record last year. Garrett Williams, a guy that's phenomenal as a defensive back. But the big question, though, is Michael Jones. Will he get drafted? Will he not? Phenomenal defensive captain for the Cuse.
All right, sports anchor Trey Redfield, thank you. When we come back, Katie with your wake-up weather.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average 4-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back into Live at 6. We're going to take a look at our weather tomorrow. It's going to be really nice outside, but starting around 9 a.m. it's going to be about 41 degrees, and at noon it's going to be about 56, getting a lot warmer. Expect to see the sun all day, but at 6 p.m. right before sunset, it's going to be about 60 degrees. But our last slide, I wanted to congrats Tyler because he is graduating, and we're hoping that it is sunny outside when he graduates and not rainy, but he's still smiling in there. And a photo, I'm going to cry, from last year.
That's cute. Too bad I got caught up by the bug. Can't even see it. It's okay. It's okay. I would have. It's okay.
Katie, thank you.
Yes,
I hope it's warmer.
Thank you, Katie.
Yes, you're
I hope
welcome.
it's warm as well.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah, we're saying goodbye to a lot of seniors here at Citrus TV, Tyler and Trey included. And if our viewers don't know, Tyler and I, we're very close. We lived together for 2 years.
It was tough.
It was tough during the COVID times, but I'm eternally thankful for all of our time here at Citrus and just our friendship together. Now, for our viewers, I did a package on Tyler for Viz 261 last year. This kid's gonna kill me, but I did a package on Tyler and his work here at Citrus, graduating in 3 years. Let's take a look.
Oh. You're buying the whole package?
Tyler O'Neill is only in his second year at Syracuse University, but he's already climbing the ranks at Citrus TV. He's the sole anchor of the Monday Citrus TV Now, a 2-minute news brief where he tells viewers,
here are today's top stories. So now is a 2-minute news brief. Starts at 4:58, ends at 5 o'clock, and just a brief top stories of the day that I get to anchor for the show.
He says he's always had a passion for journalism, but it was Citrus TV that taught him and helped him unlock many of the skills he has now, particularly in front of the camera.
Yeah, just make sure you look at camera 3 on the OCS.
Being behind it's one thing, but being in front of it and being recorded is a whole other thing. So being able to have a studio where you can practice that has been really great for me, and it's great for my professional development.
But it's his burst of creativity that drive that passion.
Everyone's got something really cool about them or a really cool story to tell, and this career path is a great way to combine like meeting people and creatively telling stories.
O'Neill is ambitious. He's graduating a year early from Syracuse and says he's eager to get into the industry.
Once I get out of school, I'd love to be a reporter first. That's the end goal for after graduation. Long-term goal, though, would be to be an anchor for like a national news show. I'm Tyler O'Neill. Have a great evening, Syracuse.
So, Tyler, thank you for everything.
Oh, look at that picture. Oh, my God. Well, thank you, Bradley, for sharing that package with everyone. That is my first package ever at Citrus TV at South Campus. I couldn't tell you what it's on, but we had to wear masks then still. So that's crazy. Thank you, Bradley. That was very sweet. And my time here at Citrus, very valuable, and I appreciate everyone here. And I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss you all. Thank you all for everything. And yeah.
And Trey, heading off to Nebraska soon. Congrats to you.
Yes, congrats, Trey.
Officially announced it yesterday. Really looking forward to it. How about you, man? Doing this in 3 years?
That's insane.
You're showing us out over here.
No, it just sucks that I'm leaving everyone. That's the worst part of it.
Well, the worst part is we have no time left.
That's the worst part.
That's the news for this Wednesday. For more, follow us online and social media.
For Jesse, Katie, Lauren, and the entire Citrus TV team, I'm Tyler O'Neill. Have a great summer, Syracuse.